Okay, as I was looking over my stack of mini PCs, I came to the realization that I've got 5 different kinds of what I would call the G1 Mini. And I thought, wonder if we could do a little competition, sort of a smackdown, to compare and come up with sort of the clear winner of which G1 is, I guess, the top of the bill. And so that's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to have kind of a competition. We're going to do 2 groups that will compete against each other. And then finally that whoever wins those 2 groups will go up against the EliteDesk G1 Mini. We'll have the 2 non-HPs go up against each other. This is, what is this? This is the Lenovo ThinkCentre M93p. And here we've got the Dell Optiplex 920M. They both kind of start out wanting to be in this vertical position. So there's a little bit of commonality there. The front power buttons both have 2 USB, both have the mic and headphones. Flip on the back, both have VGA. Let's see, we've got 3 USB on the Lenovo. We've got 4 on the Dell. DisplayPort on both. This one happened to have come with a HDMI. You can add HDMI 2 here if you want. Both have Intel for their network. But we start to see some differences. Lenovo, they lose out a little bit here because you got a nice thumb screw. I don't need any kind of screwdriver here. I'm going to need a screwdriver to open this guy up. So, point here for Dell. Let's open this up. Don't want to lose this. All right, Lenovo here. Dell comes off nicely. Okay, let's see. Both have caddy. This one, a little more complicated, taking it out. Need some screws here. You're going to need some special screws to hold it in here. This doesn't use screws, it just kind of snaps in there. Kind of toss up. I like the metal, so I'll call it kind of a tie when it comes to the caddy. I like the fact that this one most likely is still going to be there. This one oftentimes will get lost and you won't have it. This is a sturdy connector for the SATA. This is very similar to the EliteDesk. I guess it's one, you know, they're all kind of the same in terms of that. Both have fans. This has a nice copper heatsink as far as part of the connectors there. Let's see, memory. Getting to the memory here, we just pop this up and it's right underneath. This one, I'm going to have to take this out in order to get to it. They both have a max of 16 gig, both use DDR3. So, since I like to be able to get to stuff, I would give a point more for the Dell on this one. Let's see. Getting to this is a little funky as far as the screws and the mechanism. This whole kind of thing comes out. Actually, you have to take the fan off separate. This one you can, on the Dell, you can just kind of take it off. I did have a little trouble getting this off one time, but for the most part, this comes off very similar to the EliteDesk. Kind of a toss-up on there. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, the Dell, we can add a SATA. You can't do M.2. On this, the only thing you can do is it comes with, you can't put a SATA drive, or I should say any type of M.2. It's even hard to try to put a, this Wi-Fi is actually a mini PCIe. That doesn't quite work as trying to add that. This at least is a M.2 slot for that, but again, about the only thing you could do as far as expansion would be to use a SD card adapter. You can't use the sort of Wi-Fi one. There's not enough space there. I'd probably still give a point over to Dell because of the fact that at least it's got the M.2. Yeah. For this Smackdown, I'm going to give it to Dell. Okay, let's look at the... This is the 260 G1. This is the ProDesk G1. Front looks almost identical. So there's, both have two USB go in the back. Both have VGA. I believe, though, this one is not Intel. I think it's Realtek, Reallink. Let's see, both have the connectors for audio in. This, you get two display port. You only get one display port here. You've got 4 USB. And let's see, the other thing is you're going to need, very bad, you're going to need a screwdriver in order to get this one open on the, for the 260. Plus, it's very cheapy sounding versus, this is plastic, you got metal. Definitely the ProDesk winning. Let's open them up. Oh, almost, I think I may have almost lost my screw for the Lenovo. Don't want to lose this one. Let's open it up. Okay. ProDesk, putting in memory is a snap. Just put it right here. This one, you've got this funky covering. Sometimes it's even hard to get that in there. You have to end up taking the screws out for this caddy. Caddies are about the same, although this is metal. This is plastic. This, as far as any sort of expansion, unless you got a, I think it was, there was one flavor that did support a M.2 slot, but that was very hard to find. This one has M.2 right away, and you can actually put NVMe M.2. This, the only thing you could try to do, and I've tried it in my video and it didn't work, was to put a half-height PCIe adapter to put NVMe. There's just not enough room, it won't fit. They both support SATA. This particular one, my understanding is this ribbon cable, if you lose it, it's hard to find another one. This one's pretty standard. This is the same one that's on the EliteDesk. This uses a, I think it's called a U processor. They're the same. It's not really changeable. Where this one, we can put in a faster processor if we want to. Both take DDR3, but all in all, the construction of this particular unit versus the ProDesk is the winner. Okay, we're down to, let's put the front back on. Okay, now we're going to compare the ProDesk to the EliteDesk. You see in the front, if I didn't have a label on here, I wouldn't know the difference between the two. Go in the back, again, just like twins, both have, basically everything is identical on the only thing, of course, this guy, our EliteDesk, just happens to not have Wi-Fi, but that's not, that's just this particular unit. We looked on the outside. Okay, HP wins, or the EliteDesk wins a little bit by having the cool little Hewlett-Packard on the top. That's probably also something, again, to put there so that people could actually know the difference. We open them up. Twins, everything as far as the connectors, getting in, where everything is located, it just looks the same. We look on the back. We've got a Windows 8 Pro license, same power. You can use the same CPUs, the same memory. I guess, let's see, what was the difference? Nope, same warranty even. So you're really talking about the exact same unit. I think there was one slight difference, and I talked about in my video. I think you get more USB 3.0. Yes, that's about the biggest thing. Right here in the back, 4 USB 3.0 slots. So that's it. So we're comparing the two, and because you get a little bit more in terms of the USB power, winner goes to the EliteDesk G1 Mini. I now want to show some of the Geekbench and just see how that compares. I've sorted them by multi-core. Kind of give some different insight on the multi-core versus the single core. So if we go multi-core, way at the bottom is the HP 260 G1, which is a pretty almost half the speed down here. Of course, granted, it only is a 2 cores anyway. If we go up, these other G1s that you see here are other units I have, but they're all the 2 core. Here we have a 4590 T. This is 4 core, so you're seeing it there. Here's our Lenovo doing a little bit better. Here is a another G1. Interesting, the test on Linux does a little better than on Windows. And then there's our Dell doing well. And then let's see, do we have our, where did our ProDesk go? Oh, ProDesk is way down here. Okay. Our particular ProDesk only has 2 cores, so it's kind of it's obviously going to be slower. Sorting by single core, it's not too surprising, although still the G1's down here. Lenovo goes down a bit. The Optiplex is there. You start seeing the EliteDesk and ProDesk in the higher echelon, so they do a little bit better on those particular benchmarks.